"Oh, we have to go, we have to go." Those are walking around. I'm like, why? And I walk in and see all of you here, and it really is uplifting to start my day here with you. I've already been over to Quirk and visiting with him and his folks over there. I've started earlier today at a couple of other events. I'm going to finish around 9, 10 o'clock tonight. But let me just say, I can't do this alone. And for many of you people who know of me, my mom and dad were married and divorced 4 times each. Right now, Dad is happily married and Mom is happily divorced. So that's a good thing, trust me. And lived in 17 houses by the time I was 18. And you know about a lot of the other challenges, the abuse and other challenges I faced. Probably not different than many of you. And same but different, I hope. But those situations formulated who I am. The fact that my mom is on welfare, so when we come up with fuel assistance cuts or food stamps or other types of things that are helpful as that safety net, I think twice. I work very hard to be a thoughtful, methodical legislator. I read the bills, folks. I understand them. If I don't, I find a way to understand them. I see how they affect our state, our country, our debt, our deficit, and I vote on it regardless of party, just like Bobby and I do up at the State House. That's what I've done forever. I am the most bipartisan person in the delegation, by far. I am the, if not, I'm probably the most, if not the most bipartisan person in the entire United States Senate. And what that means is right now we're Americans first. I know there's good Democrats in here and good independents and Republicans. I know that for a fact. All right? But we're Americans first. We're not party people first. We're Americans first. And to me that means that we need to work together in this moment in time right now when we're facing 15 trillion plus of deficits, national debts, deficits of trillions plus, and basically gridlock in Washington to the point that every time there's a problem we're going to shut down the government. Really? Is that what you want? I mean, honest to goodness, I'll tell you, I mean, we were, what, 5 out of 40 in the Massachusetts Senate, 5 out of 40. And we got things done. We were able to move things forward. We were able to be inclusive. In Washington, I've been quite frankly disgusted as to a lot of what's going on. The political theater, when they want to throw out votes, hey, we're going to vote for first responders and firefighters and teachers and construction workers, but we're going to raise taxes on millionaires. Well, what they fail to tell you is 4 out of 5 of those so-called millionaires are also the employers that are creating real jobs in this country and in this state. And in fact, President Obama in 2009 said that it's no time to raise taxes in the middle of a recession. Well, we're in the middle of a 3-year recession right now. And we need to work together because for all my Democratic friends here, there's no Democrat bill that's going to pass. But for all the Republicans, there's no Republican bill that's going to pass. It needs to be a bipartisan, bicameral bill that the president will sign. That's what our founding fathers wanted, that check and balance, the ability to actually work together to solve problems. And that's where we should be at. And that's what I try to do. I work with any person of goodwill that comes through my door, regardless of political affiliation or party or agenda, as long as they come in with good intentions and with an open mind and they're people of goodwill, we can work together. That's what Senator Kennedy did, that's what I do, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. And a couple of people asked questions about certain issues, and because we are under a tough time schedule, does everybody hate each other? No. No, there's probably 45, 47 good people of goodwill, Democrats, Republicans, who are working together. There's another 20 that come in and out, depending on the issue. On the left and the right, there's some folks that, quite frankly, we don't have a lot to do with. But that block of middle people are trying to push our leaders to do things. We passed the free trade agreements, which were very helpful to Massachusetts, being an innovative state. We've actually looked at unemployment insurance benefits, payroll tax deductions. Yeah, it's ugly, but we've done it. We're going to continue to try to solve these problems. We've helped pass a lot of the judges and other people appointees the president wants. Sometimes it's ugly. Sometimes he has to do things in a different way. But bottom line is, on the issues that matter, the defense authorization bill, the veterans appropriations bills, a lot of the things that actually affect our safety and security, we're doing. It's not pretty, but it's getting done. And all I can say is, the reason I brought up a little bit about my family history is they're going to spend tens of millions of dollars against me. You've already seen a lot of the, almost $4 million of negative ads distorting my record that I have on a whole host of issues. And I can't do it alone. It's just too big. There's, 5 super PACs, distorting and misleading you, thinking I litter. I don't litter, okay? The truck's still registered in Massachusetts. It's actually in the car show if you want to go visit it right now. And I care very deeply about our families and our children and our environment, and, shame on them. Shame on them. If you want to talk about my 0 rating with the League of Conservation Voters, you know what? The fact that I voted to close the borders against illegals coming into our country as one of the votes, I'm proud of taking that vote, and I'll do it again. And when they're trying to raise your taxes and take more money out of your hard-earned paychecks, then you know what, I'm going to fight that too. Because there's times when you have to draw a line in the sand and hold your ground. There's other times you need to work together to solve problems. And you're going to have a very, very, very real choice in this election. You can have someone who wants to leave bloody teeth in the street and isn't going to compromise, and is a self-proclaimed rock thrower, or you can have me who has a history of compromising and solving problems. So we have a lot of work to do together. I can't do it alone. I'm asking for you to come up next Thursday up to Mechanics Hall when we announce. Get on scottbrown.com, donate, help with the, obviously the, volunteering, etc. Come on out and just be part of it and have some fun. So I want to thank Bobby for your hospitality. We did this, about 2 or 3 weeks before the election last year, which was really kind of 2 years ago now, which was very exciting. And some folks still have some pictures we took back then. I have time for a couple of questions if someone has anything.